Hey guys, what's up? Are cheap offset smokers like this Char-broil that I paid just under $130 for really worth the money? That's a question I'm going to try to answer in this video, and if you'll stick around, I'll give you my honest opinion of this particular smoker. Guys, I purchased this smoker just a little bit over a year ago. I ordered it online from Char-broil and I paid, I think, $129 plus shipping at the time. Wanted to give you a tour of it, just show you kind of what it looks like, some of the features on it. It's kind of your standard offset smoker out of the box. It's got, I think, 30 inches of cooking space in it. And I know that's going to be a big factor. It depends on how much you like to cook. You're not going to be able to fit a whole lot of food on here. You could do a couple or 3 chickens. You can do 2 racks of ribs pretty easy. Once you get above that, especially if you're doing spare ribs, because of them being a little wider than baby backs, you start running into a little bit of an issue, not necessarily with length, but in being able to lay them flat on there and them not overlapping each other. So I wouldn't want to try to put more than 2 racks on there at a time. Close this lid, and this thermometer that comes factory on it, it seems to be fairly accurate. I've not put it through a whole lot of testing, but in my experience, it seems to be fairly accurate, which is a plus. And I'll show you the firebox here on the side. As you can tell, because of a little bit of use, and this happened not long after I started using it, you can see that the paint has burned off, which I expected that. Another thing about it that is not really my favorite part, you can only fit about a 12-inch split of wood in here. If you're going to use chunks, that would probably be okay, but with an offset smoker, you know, you really want to use splits of wood, and you have to cut them a little smaller. If you cut your own firewood, then you could go ahead and cut it to the length that you need when you're actually cutting your firewood. But if you buy it, most of the time it's going to be 16, 18 inches in length, and you're going to have to do some trimming. So that was a part that I really didn't care for. I'll show you the damper. To help with the air control, it's actually got this little door with a damper that you can open and close, which is pretty standard. I'll show you the smokestack. It's actually got a damper on it too. Like I said, it's just pretty standard setup for an offset smoker. It's a little small at 30 inches. It's got a rack on the bottom, and you're not really going to be able to put a whole lot on that. Maybe a bag of charcoal, maybe 2 or 3 blocks of wood. That's about it. It's sort of flimsy. It's not going to really hold a lot of weight, which again I wouldn't expect it to, especially in this price range. And it's got 2 wheels on it, so it's easy to move around, and it's got a little shelf on this side. Guys, I've got 1/3 of a chimney of charcoal lit. I've got a few pieces of white oak. I'm going to show you the process of building a fire in this smoker, getting it up to temp so that you can sort of see it in action. I'm going to try to pour this in here one-handed. You don't have a whole lot of room to work with, but I'm going to lay a block of wood on here. And I'll leave the lid open, give that just a few minutes. Guys, I left the damper on the side open until the log ignited, and then I went ahead and closed it. I've actually got the damper on the smokestack open right now. We're setting just, my camera will zoom in, setting just under 250 right now. I'm going to try to maintain that for a little while and see how long I can keep that without having to do anything to it. Guys, this is about 30 minutes in. If the camera will focus. Still there between 225 and 250. It's not went above 250. It's not fell below that. I ended up opening the door, the damper here on the firebox. A couple tips, guys. I found that building a smaller fire, leaving the dampers open to allow more airflow, results in a cleaner burning fire, and you're able to get the thin blue smoke that you really want. So my honest opinion on this smoker, is this comparable with some of the better brands, and I'm not going to name the brands because there's so many of them, but there's a lot of good smokers out there in the $500 range and $1,000 range and in between. Is this smoker comparable with those? No. It's not going to hold the temperature as well, and overall it's just not built as well. But with that being said, this is still a good smoker, and one of the pros is you pay less than 130 bucks for it. So would I pay that and buy this smoker again? Absolutely. I've cooked a lot of good meals on it, and I hope to continue to do so. I hope I answered some of your questions about these cheap offset smokers. Hope you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and let me know if you'd like to see me do some cooking videos with this smoker. But I appreciate you guys. I hope you check out some more videos. God bless you. I'll catch you in the next one.